Hey everybody, welcome to your routine today. We're going to begin this one in a pose called half saddle. I'd like you to start from a seated position, bend your right leg and tuck your right foot next to your right hip, left leg stays straight out in front of you. You could lean back or lie back in our half saddle pose. We are targeting the right quadriceps, the knee, and the right ankle. You could feel free to put a folded up blanket behind your body, or an ab mat, or even a medicine ball if leaning back is too intense. This is our half saddle on the right side. Let's do this for 3 minutes. Always important to stay passive in the approach. You don't need to worry so much about the aesthetics of what your body looks like doing these positions. Stay focused more on the target areas and feeling the sensations in those areas, making sure that the stretch is an optimal stretch. And then secondly, just be patient. This takes time and this is a process. You are now coming up on your halfway point for this position, so we have 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go. And you are now down to your last minute for the pose, so try to surrender into the position. The time is up for this position, and our next pose will be the pigeon position on our right side. So transition into a right side pigeon position. As we set up for this next position, this will be another 3-minute pose. So feel free to use a folded blanket underneath your right leg, or an ab mat, or a pillow. The right side pigeon position targets the right gluteal group as well as your IT band. This will be another 3-minute position. Starting now. I'd also like to recommend that while you're in the position, try to narrow your focus so that your attention is narrowed to your breathing. This is a nice focal point that we use in these routines and in these poses. It helps keep the mind focused, it strengthens your concentration, and ultimately it increases the calmness while you're in the pose. You now have 2 more minutes on this right side pigeon. Now the time is up for this one, so let's go ahead and transition into our half saddle on our left side. So we are targeting the left quadriceps as well as the knee, the ankle. And if you can lie back, go ahead and lie back. If when you lie back, your left knee comes off the floor, that's okay. You don't have to force the knee to stay down on the ground. And how wide you have your knee in correlation to your right leg is completely up to you. As long as you feel it in the target area, you're doing the pose perfectly. This is a 3-minute position starting now. Now the time is up for this position. So please go ahead and transition out of this pose. And our next position will be the pigeon position on the left side, targeting the gluteal group and the IT band again. So make that transition and set yourself up and prepare for this left side pigeon pose. The left side pigeon position will be for 3 minutes, everyone. And you're now coming up on your halfway point for this posture. So the last half of the pose, if it's something you could achieve, relax even further, even if that relaxation is just in your mind. You now have 1 last minute for this pose. Okay, the time is up for this one. Our next position, which will be our last pose for today's routine, is our seated straddle. Our seated straddle focuses on the groin group. So as you transition out of the pigeon, come to a seated position with the legs opened up as wide as you could get them, and then you're going to fall forward between your legs, completely relaxing into your muscles. See if you can let your belly get heavy and let your head dangle free, or rest your head on the floor if it's that far into the pose. If you can't get your head down to the ground, you could even put a block underneath your head or a medicine ball or ab mats. All those options will help the pose become more passive and enjoyable. This will be our last position for 2 minutes. And this is now your last minute for this pose. And the time is up for this one, so now go ahead and roll out of this position and lie down on the ground, and we will take the rebound for this routine. Please use 2 minutes to 5 minutes to just rest and relax as we let this routine acclimate into our body and our mind. Thanks for joining us out there, everyone. Take care, and we will see you for tomorrow's program.